Hey, sixth grade, welcome to video 2. This one is about the error detection part of the test. Now, before we get started, there are two things that I want to sort of clear up that came up on the pretest. Number one, what will not be an error that you can circle? It will actually be the note itself, right? So something that's not going to happen is this is like a G, and I play an A instead. I'm not going to do that, right? The other thing that I want to bring up is I played it on xylophone, and a lot of people said that like this half note was wrong because I played like a bunch of notes. That was kind of my bad. On xylophone, playing a lot of notes is just the way of sustaining that, because the xylophone just has a really short sound. So instead of just playing this one note, we play a bunch of notes to make it last until this next note here. All right, so the first thing would be dynamics. If there's something wrong with the dynamics, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and circle that dynamic. You're going to circle that dynamic marking, and you're going to write either too soft or too loud, depending on what you think it is. To tell if there's an error in dynamics, ask yourself just, is it too loud or too soft? Usually if there's a forte, or if it's mezzo forte or fortissimo, it might be too soft. Or if it's pianissimo, piano, or mezzo piano, it might be too loud. Next is crescendo or decrescendo. If you think that I missed one, go ahead and circle the symbol for that. And I wrote missed decrescendo. You can also write missed crescendo, or you can just write the word missed. Now, if you think that I missed a crescendo or decrescendo, or to tell if I missed a crescendo or decrescendo, ask yourself, does it actually get quieter or does it actually get louder, depending on which it's supposed to be. Okay, the next would be rhythm. This one's a little bit tricky, but I tried to make it easy for you, and this one's probably going to be pretty rare. If you think that I messed up a rhythm, really all you have to do is you have to circle where it happened and then just write rhythm. To tell if a rhythm is wrong, try tapping out what's on the paper and see if it matches up with what I'm playing. The next thing that might be wrong would be the tempo marking, like this. Now, if it's wrong, I want you to circle that tempo marking and either write too fast or too slow, depending on which one you think it is. If it's one of the slower dynamics, like andante or largo, if there's an error, it's probably going to be too fast. If it's one of the faster ones, maybe allegro or moderato. If it's wrong, it's probably going to be too slow. All right, now to tell if there's an error in tempo. First, you have to know what the tempo markings mean, and then see if it matches up with how I'm playing it. The last thing that might be wrong with what I'm playing would be the pulse. So the pulse is if it's speeding up or slowing down. So if the pulse is changing too much, which it did in two of these, if the pulse is changing, just write either speeds up or slows down right above the music, just like this. So to tell if the pulse changes, a good thing to do would be to maybe tap your foot along as I'm playing. And a lot of times that reveals if I'm playing or if I'm speeding up or slowing down. Tapping your foot a lot of times helps to know if I'm speeding up or slowing down. A lot of times it's best to start doing this while I'm counting off. Every single time I do a recording or I play for you, I'm going to give a count off. I'll go 1, 2, ready, and then that's when you start tapping. And then just keep tapping and see if I'm speeding up or slowing down, and write it down accordingly.